Welcome back to Wolf Dog Empires. Today we're taking a look at the Covenant Summons. What I like about the Covenant Summons here is we do have more featured heroes than the past. You do have what is this? For a 5-star event hero, 0.9% chance to get. One of the legendary featured heroes, 1.6 chance to get. And the Hero of the Month Grace, 1.3, for a total of, what is that, 2.9 plus 0.9 is 3.8. 3.8% chance to get a legendary hero. Really hard to get the event legendary hero unless it's a featured one. But what I do like about this Covenant Summons is that they actually have some must-haves against Titans from the past. So these three heroes here, Evelyn, Frida, and King Arthur, are really good against Titans. So if you don't have them, which coming into this event, I don't have either of those three. I do have Phileas Fogg, green 5-star elemental defensive down, which is even better against Titans than Evelyn. But Evelyn does a elemental defense down against 3, whereas Phileas Fogg only does it against 1. And I have plenty of defensive down in green that put the defensive down to target nearby, so up to 3. So Evelyn would actually be a better match in Alliance Wars and raids than Phileas Fogg. But against the Titan, Phileas Fogg, he's not moving out of there. He's the best elemental defensive down that I know of, and I have him maxed out. Well, I think he's at 81. I'm still working on getting to 85, but fully emblemed up. He's great, but I don't have Frida. She was Hero of the Month in 2019, and Frida mana speed average, and then she deals 290% damage to the target and nearby enemies. The target and nearby enemies get minus 54 defense against ice for 4 turns. So that's the elemental defensive down. And element link. No, she also dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies, so that's great. And elemental link gives all ice allies a plus 46% defense against nature for 4 turns. So nature does well against blue. So then Frida has the rest of her allies to have plus 46% defense against nature for 4 turns. And it cannot be dispelled. So that's really good. Passive is this character has innate resistance against status ailments that affect attack. So if you're trying to drop her attack down, nope. Her passive says not to her. Her stats here, 733. It's good, especially for the older heroes. That was really good. 723 defense is good, especially for the older heroes. Some of the newer ones are coming up with in the high and 760s and 780s, but 723 is still pretty good. And 1330 health is really good, especially for the older ones. I know some of the newer ones might be coming up with high 1300s and 1400s, but Frida's still great, solid hero, and she does a great elemental defensive down. So that was minus 54% defensive down for 4 turns. So minus 54 for 4 turns. And King Arthur does minus 54% defense against ice for 4 turns. So he does the same amount as far as defensive down. His stats, 708 attack, is decent. 733 defense is good. 1336 health is good. The newer ones might come out with better stats, but the fact that his are elemental defensive down that can stack with a defensive down, it's amazing. And he does it to the target only. He doesn't do it to 3. He just does it to 1. And the target gets a minus 39% attack for 4 turns. And of course, the minus 54% defense against ice for 4 turns. And the caster gets a plus 74% defense against special skills for 4 turns. So against a Titan, if you had King Arthur and Frida, against a Titan, you might actually choose King Arthur because he's giving the Titan a minus 39% attack for 4 turns, so that could save your skin against especially the higher level Titans, like the 11s through 14, that can probably hit you harder and actually kill some of your heroes. King Arthur is going to probably be better for you against those high level Titans. If you're dealing with some bottom Titans like uh, five 5-star Titans, 6-star, 7-stars, 8-star, sometimes they don't kill your heroes, but if you have both King Arthur and Frida, you probably would rather go with King Arthur, but Frida's for sure really, really good also. I mean, you're talking about 2 of the greatest defensive elemental defensive down in blue. They are the 2 best ones that I know of, and so if you're trying to compare which one's better, I think King Arthur's a little better. But if you have Frida and you don't have King Arthur, you still have a great hero. Be super happy about it. I think when we're talking about raids and defense, I think Frida's better. But against Titans, if you have a maxed out King Arthur, I will use King Arthur against Titans instead. So coming into this Covenant Summons, I wasn't around. I wasn't playing back when Frida came out, and I haven't gotten King Arthur. And Evelyn was 2018. I wasn't around playing this game either, so I haven't had much of a chance to get Evelyn. So I was actually hoping that Evelyn, Frida, King Arthur, Tarlac, Mickey, some of the ones that a lot of the people who have been playing this game for years have, and some of us who are newer don't have. I've been looking at those heroes, and I kind of wanted to have those heroes. So it's Tarlac, Mickey, Evelyn, Frida, King Arthur. If I couldn't get Frida, and then King Arthur. Um, and so I was kind of like hoping to get those heroes. I'm not big on Ranveer, um, but I kind of wanted these heroes, and so to see 3 of those heroes in featured in this Covenant Summons, I was super happy. I was super, super, super happy. So even if you don't get any of these event 5-stars, I think that you are super happy to get one of the featured ones, especially the ones that are great against a Titan or Elemental. Evelyn, she's at 727 attack, good. 712 defense, good. A little lower than the new ones, but for back then, that was pretty good. 1355 health, that's good. She's mana speed fast. She deals 210 damage to the target and nearby enemies, and the target and nearby enemies get minus 54% defense against nature for 4 turns. So that's your elemental defensive down against green. She dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies. And her elemental link recovers 4% health for all nature allies for 6 turns. This effect can't be dispelled. So she's really good against Titans. I have Phileas Fogg, so super happy using him against Titans, but in raids and in alliance wars, I would prefer to have Evelyn. I would end up using both, especially when you have 6 flags to use or 12 in the world War of Three Kingdoms. I would end up using Phileas Fogg also, but I would in Alliance War and raids, I would put Evelyn ahead of Phileas Fogg. Hero by themselves, Phileas Fogg is better, but in a stack of greens, Evelyn is better because she can give it to up to 3 because it's near targeting nearby enemies. And Adalinda, one of the featured event 5 stars. The family bonus when your team, she's teamed up with other unique heroes of the same family, so not 3 Adalindas, or 5 Adalindas. No, they have to be unique ones. They have to be different ones. And if you have 2 different ones, all the way up to 5, you can get a plus 5% or plus 10 or plus 15 or plus 20% attack. So that is a pretty strong family bonus. You do need, but actually you only need 2 to get a little bit of attack boost. And then if you have all 5, which is really hard to get at this time because they are very hard to get, you could get up to 20% attack on each one of them if you have 5 different ones. So that might take a while, but when you do, that's a strong bonus. When she goes off on that average charge, she deals 395% damage to the target and nearby enemies. She summons a Bone Trap Fiend for the target and nearby enemies. The Fiend damages the enemy with 45% attack every turn. It's pretty large attack. The damage increases by 8% each turn, up to a maximum of 93%. Ouch. The Bone Trap Fiend absorbs healing and disappears when it has absorbed health equal to the 35% of its owner's max health. And the target and nearby enemies get minus 56% defense for 4 turns. So if you can get King Arthur with minus 54% elemental defensive down against blue, and then Adalinda minus 56%. So that'll be the full 100% defensive down there with those 2 together. So they actually would be a pretty strong combo if you end up getting 2 featured ones. If you can get these 2 blues or Frida and Adalinda, that'll get yourself an excellent defensive down against Titans or against enemies in raids or in alliance wars. They are very strong. Hawthorn. There's that same Monster Hunter family bonus. Passive, when this character casts their special skill, they give a hunter's mark on a random enemy. The target receives 150 damage over 3 turns. If a target already has this effect, the duration will be refreshed and the damage will be increased by 150 up to 1500 damage in total. That's a pretty good one there. The attack is 770, which is good. 821 defense, which is really good. And 1522 health, which is excellent. The mana speed is average. All allies regenerate 672 boosted health over 4 turns. Boosted health can exceed max HP. All allies receive a moderate amount of mana over 4 turns. And all allies reflect status ailments for 4 turns. This is awesome. Boosted health is amazing. And also the extra mana is now who wouldn't take extra mana? And all allies reflect status ailments for 4 turns. That's going to be big against those OP heroes out there that give you those ailments. What is it? Alfreak is one of them. So if you can reflect those back, I think hero like Hawthorn is going to be OP. He's in purple. There's a lot of OP purple ones. So actually, on defense, he's actually going to be replacing one of your other OP heroes probably. But he's that good. But you have to, if you're going to chase though, the problem is this: you have to look at the appearance rate and understand that he's going to be really hard to get. I am going to use a lot of my gems, but it's not to chase Hawthorn. It's actually going to chase these um, great heroes against the Titans. And if I get Hawthorn, that's great. I'll take him absolutely. But just I'm not holding my breath for a event 5-star. There's only a 0.9% chance of getting him. So you have to get more than 100 pulls to have a chance to get one. Actually, let me see. Is he featured? He's not featured. Oh, he is featured. So the featured ones are 1.6% chance of getting him. So it's almost double chance of getting him, but still pretty low. But any of these featured ones I will take. But for sure, Hawthorn, amazing hero. But these 3 Titan heroes, I will. Those are the ones I would like to have. Right now, I'm glad Nordry popped up there because this is my best elemental defensive down against blue at this time. He's only a 3-star, and that's my problem. He dies in Alliance Wars. He dies in raids. Because he's only a 3-star, his defense is pretty low. I mean, I don't care about his attack because his elemental defensive down is more important than his attack. But his health is pretty low. I mean, that's half of what Hawthorn's. Half of Hawthorn's health, less than half of Hawthorn's defense. So these other elemental defensive down like Frida and King Arthur are way better than Nordry because with those 5-star stats that they have, with defense in the 700s, attack in the 700s is fine. But like I said, it's their elemental defensive down that is more important, and their health for survivability and their defense for survivability are way higher than Nordry's. And right now, me using Nordry against a 7-star Titan is not that big of a problem. Against the 8-star Titans becoming a problem, but in Alliance War and raids, it's a huge problem. He dies too soon. If I get a lot of blue shields, he's able to go off and give the elemental defensive down, and then I'm able to cripple the enemy. But in theory, if I get a lot of blue shields anyhow, I would have won anyhow. I still use him because the elemental defensive down is great, but I do see him dying a little too soon. So I really do want Frida or King Arthur to replace my Nordry. I'm still going to keep my Nordrys because when you have 6 flags of an Alliance War and 12 flags in the War of 3 Kingdoms, just in case a lot of people are using some red tanks like Costume Elena or Ferrant, some people call them Ferrant. If they're using those red tanks, then I want to be able to have multiple elemental defensive down in blue. I do have 4 Nordries, only two, only one's maxed out. Another one is leveled up okay. A third one, he's probably like at 1.6 or 1.8. He's not leveled up that much. And the other one is just there at 1.1, just in case. I hope I don't have to use them. I do want Frida. I do want King Arthur, and because of those War of Three Kingdoms with 12 flags, I can use 4 or 5 total of Frida and King Arthur. So 2 and 3 of them, or 5 of one. I can definitely use more elemental defensive down in blue. So let us know who you are looking for in this Covenant Summons. I know that 400 gems for this Covenant Summons is a bit too expensive, and it's for sure totally up to you. If 400 is too much and you want to make a point, then don't summons. That's fine with me. I mean, the fact that they have these elemental defensive down is gonna make me summon some, just because I do want multiple copies of these elemental defensive down in green and in blue. I'll take 3 or 4 Evelyns. I'll keep them. And of the elemental defensive down, King Arthur and Frida's, I'll take 3 or 4 copies also. I have plenty of defensive down heroes already, so I would love to have more of these 5-star elemental defensive down. So let us know who you're looking for. Let us know who you got also. But I'm not saying you should pull in this one. It's totally up to you. If 400 gems is too much and you want to make a point to the game not to be charging 400 gems, because it used to be 300, then some of them are 350. I never thought it was going to get up to 400, but here we are. But if you want to make your point, then for sure stick to your thoughts, to your opinion, to your decision. Stick to it. But for those who are going to make some pulls, sometimes there are some pretty good deals there, where they're like $1.50 a pull. Some people are going to make some pulls. Let us know who you got. Let us know who you're trying to get, and I will upload some videos of who I get. And don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, share this video with others. Till next time, Wolf Dog Empires.